Imagine living to be 52, only to be attacked and killed by 7 tiny, mangy, good-for-nothing, flea-bitten dogs.
I sometimes get asked,
What about small dogs? Surely they aren't dangerous.
actually, you would be wrong. First of all, small dogs are still enormous to younger children, and even a small dog's bite can lead to a serious infection. Even putting that aside, people have actually been killed by small dogs.
A woman in Oklahoma died after being attacked by a pack of small, flea-bitten dogs belonging to a neighbor. Tracy Garcia, 52, was killed in an attack by 7 small dogs near her home outside Ardmore, Oklahoma, Carter County Sheriff Chris Bryant told the Associated Press. Garcia died from her injuries on May 10th. Bryant said each dog weighed less than 40 pounds. One dog was shot by a police officer, while the rest were euthanized at Ardmore Animal Shelter.
Small dogs have caused serious injuries and even deaths on occasion. Pomeranians, Dachshunds, Jack Russells and others, all of these have killed infants they were left unattended with. Boston Terriers, Dachshunds and other small breeds have attacked the elderly.
An Illinois woman was mauled to death by a pet French bulldog, officials say.
A suburban Chicago woman was fatally mauled by what local officials say was a French bulldog that she recently adopted that had been bred to fight, authorities said. Lisa Urso of Ingleside, Illinois, was found unresponsive on the patio of her home on Saturday. Investigators said that she died from an attack from one of her 3 dogs. The 52-year-old woman had a second French bulldog, which was found with some blood on it, and a border collie. I hate to say it, but unfortunately, it was a vicious attack, Lake County Coroner Dr. Howard Cooper said. You don't really think about it happening with a smaller dog breed, but we forget animals can be powerful, he said. This animal has a lot of jaw strength. Cooper said the dog attacked Urso inside her home before she made it out to the patio, where she died. Urso had bite wounds and scratches on her arms, legs, and torso. Cooper said the attack likely lasted for minutes.
Remember, dogs of every size have seriously injured and even killed adults.
We've got a woman in the hospital today after being attacked by a group of dogs. This evening, Dallas County Sheriff we know is investigating. All of it happened in the 100 block of Pin Oak Road. Amelia Magavro today talking to the man who says he jumped in to help.
The Dallas County Sheriff's Office now investigating a violent dog attack in the small Sand Branch community in Dallas County Friday night. An attack that sent a 52-year-old woman to the hospital.
And that's what it is, a vicious attack. Yeah, they wouldn't have stopped till she's dead.
Ricky Harris says his female neighbor was walking up to his yard when he says a group of 8 pit bull mixes ran off his property and started attacking her. That's when he stabbed the dogs to get them off of her.
But I was just stabbing dogs, they come up to bite her. I didn't care what it was. One of them got me. Right there.
But investigators say the dogs belonged to Harris, so we also asked him if the dogs were his.
I cared for them, I bored them, but they wasn't my dogs.
Harris claims to have been boarding more than a dozen dogs on his property, and the dogs had not been aggressive towards him. While we were there, we could see multiple unleashed dogs roaming around his home and street.
I don't miss them at all, because if they're going to do something like that, I don't want them around.
We also knocked on the victim's home, but no one answered. And the sheriff's office has not said whether or not there will be any charges filed in this case. The 8 dogs are now being held here at the SPCA of Texas. In Dallas, Amelia Magavro, CBS News, Texas.
And of course, it was pit bulls. Remember, it only takes 1 or 2 of these things to seriously injure a grown adult, but any dog in a pack is dangerous, regardless of its size. Or, put another way, every pack of dogs is potentially dangerous, but even a single small dog can pose a real threat if it gets near your face.
A mother of 2 said her life has been ruined after being attacked by a friend's dog. Kelly Allen, 45, from Swansea, had part of her cheek ripped off by the tiny dachshund, who then began eating it in front of her. Ms. Allen needed 5.5 hours of plastic surgery and more than 40 stitches to treat the open wound on her face. The dachshund, also known as a sausage dog, was removed by police and later destroyed. Ms. Allen said her self-esteem has been absolutely destroyed by the scar on her face and flashbacks from the attack. She said the very friendly dog had suddenly changed its demeanor and latched onto her face while she had been enjoying a few drinks at her friend's house. The dog refused to loosen its grip until it had torn off a large chunk of her cheek, she said. The ordeal still haunts Ms. Allen, who said she regularly wakes up crying during the night and has felt unable to return to her job because of the trauma and her physical appearance. She now struggles to leave the house without being accompanied by one of her 2 sons.
I can't get out of bed, and I've been crying in my sleep because I feel his teeth in me,
She said.
I'm left with a hideous scar on my face. It's just ruined my life because it will never be the same now. I now have to buy camouflage makeup for people who have facial disfigurements. That's something I never thought I would have to do.